Our village was as quiet as a whisper, every day, every night. It was as if silence itself was a rule, one none of us dared break. Not a laugh, not a song, not even the sound of footsteps on the dusty ground was ever heard. For as long as I could remember, this had been our life. We lived in fear of the beast. The elders said the beast was a creature born of darkness, drawn to sound. Whenever a voice echoed or a footstep landed too heavily, it would come. No one knew what it looked like, only that those who made noise never returned. Even the wind seemed afraid to howl too loudly in our village. The fear of the beast began when I was very young. My mother often reminded me of Uncle Bodu, a joyful man known for his loud laugh. He would always find something to laugh about, even on the hardest days. But one evening, as he was telling a story, he forgot the rule. A hearty chuckle escaped him, and within moments, he was gone. Only his sandals and an overturned clay pot remained near the river where he had been. My mother warned me after that. Hold your voice inside, child. Even a whisper can bring danger. And I listened. We all did. We learned to communicate without sound, using gestures and stones thrown lightly to get each other's attention. Babies were taught to cry in silence, covering their mouths even before they could speak. Life without sound was strange, but we grew used to it. Silence was our shield, but it was also our prison. In the quiet, I sometimes imagine what life might be like without fear. A life where I could speak, sing, or even shout if I wanted to. But those were only dreams, locked away in the silence of my heart. Then, one day, a stranger came to our village. The day Uncle Bodu disappeared is etched in my memory as clearly as if it happened yesterday. I remember sitting close to him, listening to his deep, warm voice as he shared a story. My father sat beside him, smiling as he spoke. It was rare for anyone to gather like this, but we were inside the safety of our home, the door closed to muffle any sounds. My uncle was telling a funny story, one that brought a smile to everyone's face. But then, he did something none of us expected, he laughed. It was soft, just a chuckle, but in the silence of our world, it seemed to echo. My father's smile vanished, and my mother's eyes went wide with fear. We all knew what could happen. I remember holding my breath, hoping the sound had been too quiet, too quick to reach the beast. But deep down, I knew the truth. The beast would come. That night, I lay in bed, listening to every small sound around me, feeling each creak and groan of the old hut. I barely slept, and when the first light of dawn crept in, I was still wide awake. My mother's sobs reached me from the other room. Uncle Bodu was gone. We found his sandals near the river, along with an overturned clay pot. It was as if he had simply vanished, leaving only these small clues behind. From that day on, our family grew even quieter. My father's smile faded, and my mother's face hardened. Laughter became a forbidden thing, something we buried deep within. Life went on, but it was a life of shadows and silence. Each of us learned to hold our voices inside, never daring to make a sound. The fear of the beast was now a part of us, a shadow that clung to our every step. One sunny morning, a stranger entered our village. He was tall, with skin dark as night and robes that shimmered like the stars. He looked around, curious, as if he had never seen a place like ours before. And then, to our shock, he spoke.